What's up, bruh? Hey, what's up, bruh? Not much, not much. Just checking out this new game, Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei, huh? Hmm. I didn't know you was one of them ones. What you mean? I was just checking out a game. Nah, if you like this game, alright, then you one of them ones, okay? You know, I knew it ever since you took that sensitivity class that one time. Alright, look, man. Alright, that wasn't my fault, okay? How was I supposed to know that that lady with the beard and the wave cap was a lady? Alright, her beard looked better than mine. That wasn't my fault. Yup, see, you like Ghost of Yotei. Alright, I saw you taking that sensitivity class that one time, and I caught you watching One Piece the other day. You definitely one of them ones. Nah, we ain't even going there. See, they watch One Piece to vicariously live the glorious revolution through cartoon characters. Okay, I watch One Piece so I can make fun of Oda's character designs.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Because they garbo. Alright? We are not the same. What is you doing? See, that's it. I'm telling the whole world that Mario, aka the loot box hero, aka the real Super Mario, aka is one of them ones. He's a commie, he's Antifa, and he like ugly Japanese women. That's right. Now the whole world knows you one of them ones. I don't have to take this, okay? I haven't done anything but like a game with a female character that doesn't look like a Korean gotcha hoe. And if that make me one of them ones, then I guess I'm just one of them ones. Don't forget that the main character is one of them gay they-dems. Them gay dems, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, bro. What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the real Super Mario. Check out the main channel because the main channel is popping, aka the Loot Box Hero, aka YouTube's greatest fat man here, bringing you another video. All right, so I feel way better than I did last week. So we can finally knock this video out. Ghost of Yotei. If you don't know what that is because you've been living under a rock or something, it's basically the follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima, which was the big samurai game that Sucker Punch did back during the end of the PS4 era. So Ghost of Yotei is the follow-up exclusive for PS5. And now, of course, there's a lot of controversy around this game because, for one, most big AAA games have some sort of controversy nowadays. But also, it also got tied into the whole Charlie Kirk situation, and it just devolved into some crazy stuff. But this game was getting heat long before that happened. This game was getting heat when it was announced, okay? Because I had already did a video, diversity is killing, forced diversity is killing real diversity video on Ghost of Yotei back when it got announced, going over some of the beefs that people had with it. And those beefs continued on and just evolved, or I guess devolved, with the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened. So people were already mad that the game was replacing Jin Sakai as the main character with Etsu, I think is her name. Because, I mean, I haven't been keeping up with the game too much because, I mean, I'm not going to be buying it till a little bit later because, you know, Pokemon about to own the rest of October for me. Yeah, so they're saying that they were replacing Jin with her, and it's kind of like forced diversity, but the game itself takes place 300 years after Jin's story was over, alright? Jin's story was done, so they moved up the timeline 300 years so they could do a brand new story in a brand new location, but people still said that they're just replacing Jin, which is crazy. But the real controversy that burned up after this was the Charlie Kirk thing. So there was this crazed individual, one of the artists or developers at Sucker Punch, that of course did something that dozens of other leftists did. They went up there to dance on Charlie Kirk's grave, and they got for it. And to be honest, as much as I don't like cancel culture and people losing their job over internet stuff, you kind of put yourself in that position, okay? All right, they said some crazy stuff, and they got by Sucker Punch. And then the reaction is different than what you would expect coming from the right side of the culture war. Because usually, you know, I mean, we were kind of like before we were into like, oh, okay, you fired that person that said the crazy thing. Good on you. Let's get back to video games. That's not what it was. People got mad, even though they fired the person. They got mad that the company did not continue to virtue signal after firing that person.
Now, I've seen people say, oh, well, this was just one person. Sony even fired them. But the problem is that this person felt bold enough to post these comments with the studio's name in their bio. And the studio itself has been totally silent. No condemning of the posts, nothing. Which is crazy considering that they are about to launch a game in a few weeks. To me, that proves one of two things. Either they're all cowards, or they agree with Drew.
What? What do you mean?
To add on to the Charlie Kirk situation with this dev right here, who was Drew, who did get fired and said the things that they said about him, and the people that were mourning the loss of him, and y'all saying silent about it, all you did was add more fuel to the fire.
Say that again?
And y'all saying silent about it.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Which I'm like, I don't necessarily like this. Because this is the stuff that the left used to do. And it kind of reminded me of Hogwarts Legacy. Remember Hogwarts Legacy? Remember that big massive controversy that happened where all the leftists were like up in arms because like J.K. Rowling didn't like trans people? And so, you know, since they were making a video game about Harry Potter, they were like, oh my goodness, like, we're gonna boycott this game. We're gonna make sure this game fails. And they said all this crazy stuff about it. Remember that? This kind of reminded me of that. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, they wanted Sucker Punch to virtue signal, to prostrate themselves and self-flagellate themselves for hiring this individual, even though they didn't know that that person was some insane leftist. You know what I'm saying? They fired the person. That's all they really needed to do, you know. But again, like, the principles of the culture war have changed. And so the people who were against virtue signaling are no longer against virtue signaling. Now they're the ones calling for it. But that wasn't everything that happened with this. This also kind of spiraled out even more into people like this. Oh, if you buy Ghost of Yotei, you support terrorism. Effing a-hole. I hope you die, little B.
Jesus.
That's what you... And remember, this is over a video game, okay? And these aren't crazed leftists that are doing this, okay? They had their own little conniption because, you know, their little ghoulish friend got fired. You know what I'm saying? So they were already having a conniption on their own, but this is coming from the right side of the culture war. Supposedly, we're supposed to be the logical, level-headed people. And what's the difference between this and something like, don't buy Hogwarts Legacy if you remotely care about trans people?
Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care.
And some of the people who were coming at the game weren't even coming at the game because of the game. They were coming at it just because of the politics. So much so that they hadn't even played the previous game. All my MAGA gamers out there, here's another reason you shouldn't buy Ghost of Yotei. As soon as I saw Jin wasn't coming back, I decided I wasn't getting it. I'm assuming that's the main character from the previous game. I still have it in my backlog.
Wait, hold on. Who is this nigga, man? Who is this nigga, man?
Like, so you haven't played the first game, so you don't even know what's happening. You just jumping in here for the sake of jumping in here. Like, are you virtue signaling, sir? Like, what are you doing? So you had people saying stuff like, yikes, Yotai is a flop. Monster Hunter World sold 8 million during this time, which is also kind of crazy because Monster Hunter is a 20-year-old franchise, all right? A franchise all in itself that's way bigger than the Ghost franchise is, seeing as though that game has probably 10 games or whatever in it, and the Ghost games have 2, okay? This franchise is very young. They're not going to be outselling Monster Hunter already. But this game has come out and we have seen nothing to indicate that Atsu is gay in the game. So Atsu's not gay. I'm not even sure where this whole thing came from. But I am sure where it came from.
Can I say turfs? Can I say turfs? Turfs. And
oh my God, shut the fuck up, Alice.
Because the other side of this controversy came down with the actress. So Erika Ishii, who is basically, you know, a they, them, Antifa activist, was also a big part of why people were mad at this game. All right. So when she was announced, people got really mad, and there was people got even more mad when they found out she had pre-blocked people. So I guess her team had told her that there was some problematic accounts that she would need to block, and so she had pre-blocked people beforehand. So yeah, people were talking about that when the game first got announced, and it got even worse after the whole Charlie Kirk situation, seeing as though the person that assassinated Charlie Kirk was very much an Antifa gay furry enthusiast. So, you know, it is what it is. A lot of tweets, you know, tweeting about stuff that you would expect a leftist to tweet from 2020. All right, you know, her and her wife is Antifa and all this other kind of stuff. There's one tweet in particular, though, that I'm kind of curious about, and it's this one. This, if you're MAGA, we don't want your business, or we don't need your business. Like, this tweet right here is supposedly dropped in April. And I'm like, most of her political tweets got scrubbed after the game got announced last year, and that was that whole big blow up. Why would she drop this tweet in April? I mean, I don't believe that, I think that she definitely does hold these politics. She probably does actually hate MAGA and white people and everybody else that doesn't think like her. But I don't think she would have tweeted this because the company probably would have told her not to. The company, her management team, probably would have told her not to tweet any more political stuff. I feel like this tweet was fabricated. All right, I feel like they made this tweet up. And of course, people jumped on it. You know what I'm saying? You had, you know, old CL, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get into CL mode real quick. Hold up. If you're MAGA, we don't need your business, says Ghost of Yotei main actress, following Sucker Punch's refusal to address employees' cheers for Charlie Kirk's demise. They, them has me blocked, but super duper cares about the jobs they're sabotaging after years of work for agenda. If you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, CL does this kind of like culture war ASMR voice when he does his videos. It's a crazy thing to watch, but CL is kind of crazy sometimes though. And people jumped on this bandwagon, and I was like, I don't think this tweet is real. All right, and here's the thing, and I'm not taking up for this chick because her politics are insane. All right, but so far she hasn't actually done anything illegal. She hasn't forced any of her politics into her work. All right, and I've seen her past work because she voiced a character in, I believe, Fire Emblem.
Yes, I can take care of you. Come closer. My name is Loki, and I must enjoy myself, darling. Remember that. Thor is an old friend of mine. I do so love teasing her. Don't you?
She also voiced the character in Apex Legends.
A safety information card is not located in your seat pocket. Just avoid bullets. You'll be fine. Make sure seat backs, tray tables, and automatic weapons are in their full upright positions.
And she's a character in Pokemon now. She's got a voice acting deal in Pokemon now.
Hey, what's going on, kiddos? I'm Rika. I know that uniform. It's Indigo Academy, am I right?
Which, to be honest, I think is a little bit typecasted because they went and found a non-binary, they, them, gender non-conforming individual to play Rika, who is definitely androgynous. But she doesn't seem to force her politics into her work, which is the main thing that we kind of get mad at when we come to these activists, because they always force their politics into their work. She doesn't seem to do that. She seems to just play her characters whatever the way that she's supposed to play her characters. You know, so I mean, I don't really see why she would get this much hate, or how this would, not even saying that, I don't see how this would convey hate for the game. Because if she's not putting her politics into the game, and we already know that the character herself is not gay in the game, I don't get the hate for the game just because she's in it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're just hating because an activist is in it, even though she hasn't done anything to ruin the game. You know what I'm saying? And then of course there was also the allegations that she's ugly, and I'm like, come on, bro. I can kind of understand with some of the people y'all call out as ugly, but come on, dog. She looks like an average person with no makeup, and with makeup, she doesn't look bad at all. Come on now. Come on, we gotta be honest. We can't be disingenuous now. If this chick rolled up to your house dressed like Tom Nook, I guarantee you knocking the bells out that chick, cuz. And you know what I mean, all right? So yeah, I think that the hate for the game has kind of gotten twisted into like an ideological thing. So it's not even really about if the game itself is good or not. It's not even really about if the politics of the game are good or not. Now it's just the politics around the game, which I am not a big fan of, because I'm all for judging things based off of what they are. If something is bad, it's bad. All right, I don't care about the person behind it. All right, that's the same thing I said back in the Hogwarts Legacy video, which is why I feel like these things are kind of intertwined. It kind of seem familiar. All right, and then I saw this video.
And I made a video about them, and it turns out that they got fired. They got fired from their job. Too bad, huh? Wow. What a shame for you. And also, here's the important thing, okay? I want to make sure that people remember this, is that eventually you'll get a new job. And when you do, I might just make another video and contact that employer too. Now, why would I do that? For fun.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I enjoy it. I like it. It's a nice pastime for me. Fuck them. That's why. Yeah, make an example about them. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
So then I was like, yeah, we're at that point now. This is basically the right Hogwarts Legacy at this point. The only difference is they're not making lists of people playing the game that they can cancel, but they are definitely calling for people to get fired and doing it gleefully. I'm like, yeah, what is the difference between this and stuff like what happened with Mike Z and the whole Skullgirl situation?
Or PVDC.
She's gonna die, yeah.
That's suffocating, is what that was.
And still,
suffocating.
Still.
Would it be fair to say that you can't breathe?
Yeah.
Remember that? And all the woke journalists turned on him. Like, yikes, I wasn't the biggest fan of Indivisible, but it really sucks that all this hard work has to be binned because of one allegedly destructive person.
F you. You smell like a ball sack.
No, it doesn't. Because none of his politics are in the game. Again, this is all a virtue signal of me saying, oh, I'm not a bad person. I didn't play the game that was made by the bad person, even though the game itself isn't bad. Like, this is all virtue signaling nonsense, bro. And this is not what I signed up for, bro. I'm being honest with you. And again, the same thing happened with Hogwarts Legacy. I remember back when Hogwarts Legacy came out, they forced the producer of the game, the producer on the project at the studio, to quit because he had a culture war channel not too unlike mine. Okay, the Wokes did that, and they did it gleefully. Okay, and the same thing, they did the same thing with the chick who worked at Limited Run Games. I think her name was like Kara or Kaya or something. They did the same thing with that chick. All right, and then they made them virtue signal on top of that. LRG respects all personnel opinions. However, we remain committed to supporting the inclusive culture. Upon investigating a situation, an employee was terminated. Our goal as a company is to continue to foster.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
They did the same thing. They did the wokes did the same thing to LRG that Asmongold and a lot of the right side of the culture war is tried to do the Sucker Punch. Well, they actually did, because I think Sucker Punch had some kind of like they talked about it at some point. They had some kind of words or whatever. They some kind of press release or something where they disavowed violence. But I think we all know that they didn't agree with the violence because they fired the person. We all know that if wokes, don't agree with something, if they agree with something, they're gonna double and triple down on it. They don't care because they're just as ideologically driven as the other crazy people. Alright, so nah, you know what I'm saying? I think that the game itself looks good. I'm probably gonna play it at some point, you know, because I'm all Pokemon this month. But yeah, don't get locked into the ideological stuff, okay? I understand wanting to fight the wokes, and guess what? If you want to fight the wokes, your boy is right here with you all day, every day. But I'm not getting hooked up in the ideological stuff, and I'm not gonna use the wokes tactics against them, okay? Because I have principles. So that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real and have yourself a good one. And if you like a game, play the game.